Pillars of Eternity continues. Welcome back, everyone, to more Pillars of Eternity. The only thing I've done in between videos is really get the forum started. We've built everything except the forum and the botanical garden, and that will complete the stronghold. And still leave us with 88,881 copper. Somebody give me 7 copper real quick. Anyways, let's head back to the Hadrid house. I believe we need to project the story in that sense. We have a bunch of quests involving our compadres, obviously. Still need to take Akana back down into Kadnua's depths. However, let's see what we have in store here first. This guy doesn't look happy. We're just gonna fight. Get some help too. Scarab spider summoned. Oh yeah. Solid.
So much for you.
I mean, as you can see, these guys are in trouble.
What is it?
I do believe that. Some letters against us. Will I ever find him in this fucking mess? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it said kill Luglug and crew, though. As you near the apparition, you're overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than an emotion itself. It wrenches your insides nevertheless. The apparition's brow is tense, a look of concern plain across its face. The other missionaries
say you have been neglectful of your duties.
Fine, take it. Take it, Big Daddy. My mind has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
The pain in your stomach deepens and you feel for a moment as though you're about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
I guess I'm having to go through this again. As you can see, some options are already picked.
How fares your search?
There's something I can tell you about the Leyden Keys operations.
Well, let's hear it.
They're manipulating a group of egg within machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic. I'd feared they might be involved in Wedwin's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leyden Keys conspiracy is clear now. They have used egg within technology to engineer Wedwin's legacy, and they want people to blame Animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in his palace. He's listening to arguments for and against Animancy. When they finish, he's expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leyden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for a long time.
I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain
We're gonna get
support of one
with Dominel.
that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
Alright, we need to push the story forward here.
You ever feel underdressed?
All the time.
The Dominels are certainly no friends of mine, but I'm sure they don't want to see their city torn to pieces. I can't say the same of the Dozens.
Fuck the Dozens. They can suck a dozen dicks.
That's unusual.
Sweet.
I'll have it in no time.
Might as well get the points for it, right?
I'll see what I can do. Work of a moment.
Oh shit, y'all don't mind. Fuck, they do mind. Figured what the fuck, give it a shot. Took the experience anyways.
I'll see what I can do.
I need an invitation to the meeting at the Dookie Palace. You shall have it. He lays a hand on your shoulder, and when you attend, I'm sure you'll keep House Domino's interest at heart. Of course. Lug is loyal to the dark side. Kinda felt like Yoda a little bit there. Forgive me, but I have matters to attend to. I trust you all know your way out.
Well,
Okay. Back to Lady Webb. Hey, let us finish escorting the supplicant. I guess there's no real good story to it. It's just done.
What is it?
That bitch. Cool figure though. I have other messages to deliver.
Okay, well, go do that.
There's still more Golden Axe glasses for sale. If you haven't got one yet, go pick one up. It's a video of my Golden Axe glass that I helped design with my buddy Tyler. And we would appreciate if we would sell out. I think there's still about 15 or so left. Don't miss out on your Game Hoarder exclusive Golden Axe glass. Only 44 ever made. And if these all sell, that means we can do Secret of Monkey Island next. I would not want my office and my bed in the same room.
How fares your search?
If I'm gonna do this for you, I think it's time you told me everything about the house.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Road, I had many suitors.
I bet.
These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them.
Damn, Lady Webb, you a pimp!
And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
You're talking about Theos?
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
But it didn't last?
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts.
With a lot of memories of Dick, apparently.
And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
Luglug would like to discuss the animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
House Domino has accepted me into their delegation.
Unlikely as it may seem, House Dominel is as much responsible for maintaining the peace as the Crucible Knights. The Duke understands this, and he will hear you out if they are with you. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there. What of them?
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunnard Row into the hearings? And what is there to know about the Duke?
Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself. The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunnard Row there, though?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason. It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
Alright, I think that's all we're gonna get from her. Time the Duke's shit. When the shit goes down, you better be ready.
When the shit goes down!
Oh shit. Got sidetracked, sorry.
Busy, settle down, you'll feel my blade.
belongs there.
That army's still growing. Well, that was unexpected. It does make strange reports I've received from the grass. Earl Badmar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathman's activity. Gathman has been hiring a lot of men recently.
What is it?
You guys didn't get the fucking memo, apparently. Guess I went to the wrong place. Probably the embassy.
As you wish. All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Go ahead and make another save, actually. In case we blow our hearing here.
Ambassador Augusti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Okay. Sighing as though remembering some heavy burden, Vincent crosses his arms before replying, Apologies, this is the same matter we previously discussed. I doubt I'll be convinced any more readily. Ambassador! Wait a minute, have we gone over this too?
Ambassador, there are issues. If it is out. What is.
Man, this is terrible how it completely reset everything. You can see all my previous fucking
Of course.
choices.
Of course. Could have gone better. I appreciate that you stood up. Enough wisdom for. Verus.
What is it?
Not sure where I have to go in first fires here.
Infighting. Greed.
Alright, never mind. I didn't bother going to the upper row here. The balcony has been opened to you, old mighty Luglug. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible Knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Domino, casual, watching with the Predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are the animancers in their academic robes and the expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
Ramir de Barask is originally from Palminia. He's one of the finest minds in animancy to come out of the Valian Republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago because he believed this was the true heart of animancy research.
In Palagina's words and the way she looks at her countrymen, you sense both pride and a mild sense of frustration.
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
His work was sabotage!
Our new delegate from House Dominel. What makes you say sabotage?
I met a false patient in Brackenberry Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Ooh, that a potty mouth.
Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not...
Indeed, even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not accountable here? No, he isn't. This was a responsible scientist who was manipulated. Aloth whispers between gritted teeth. What Azo did to Graham was not the work of a responsible scientist.
Horseshit. These Animancers can't be trusted. Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves.
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justicar. You turn a blind eye and look what happens. I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the Knights weren't able to control the damage, it was not animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
You think some rotting corpse or volunteer guard could stand in my way? I earned my answers.
I'll grant that you look the part. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Tier Nonwith houses, an Engwathin machine that hold domination over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of Animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
Let's see. Don't have that intelligence. I have reason to believe there are others at the towers who might have done this.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
You're missing the point. Everywhere there's Animancers, there's disaster. We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
Yeah, wrong bridge indeed. It was about so much called intellectual fucking with the natural order, while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach
Why am I
clear
voicing this
conclusion?
guy every once in a while?
What proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son, my wife, let him slip. She was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter, we put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing isn't an ending. It ain't an ending, because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
I can. The crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Right idea, Watcher. Taking this herring by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Widewind's legacy is a creation of the Laden Key. Cadman Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want Animancy to fall. Dull muttering expands into a den of skepticism that fills the hall. I have seen them in the ruins of Irglanfath. operating machines that disrupt the redirect of flow of souls. Near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
This bitch is gonna die! Birth infidels and birth infidels. Birth invalids until your womb dries for all I care. The rest of these people will hear the truth.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
Let's say the Lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll only want to love her more. But if he spreads a rumor that her lover just visited a brothel and acquired a pox on his loins, she'll end it on her own. I don't see what some rich lord's got to do with any of this. Look, the wife is Deerwood. The Lord is the Leaden Key. The affair is Ansomancy. Get it?
You're making less sense now than you was when you started. You done talking yet?
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
House Domino provided me with the resources I needed. We owe them a great debt.
It is very good to see House Dominel putting their considerable resources to use in solving this matter in which we all have a stake. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious. What would you do if you were in my position?
Allow Animancers to continue their work. They explore questions we all wish to understand. If we'd known more, perhaps this crisis could have been averted. Her face is still. Palladino looks at your way and subtly nods in approval. Subtly. Not suddenly. Eloth shakes his head. Animancers have their own ambitions and their own purses. Give them this power is like setting a child loose in an armory.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who, if nothing else, has made this final day a little more interesting.
Why are you sitting in my chair?
The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement.
Do it!
Ramir D. Barash, representing the interests of Animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
The arguments for and against Animancy are both strong in their own way. I must be careful in my judgment.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing?
Oh, shit!
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
Fuck yeah!
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
You can't beat me!
Another time. I'm already late.
I was gonna get your phone number, but I'm too drunk. The words, "Shall I end it for you," ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Thales hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams, the clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are words.
Shall I end it for you?
Thales stands at the pulpit, high above an assembly of robed onlookers. You among them, clustered around a wide circular pit, carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel, overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like melted candle wax, black and red and seeping. The angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant, who begins untying her from the wheel. Lug-Lug gets domination. You open your eyes to a beam ceiling of a palace grand entry, the clangs of metal striking metal wafting from the outside, and the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Thales is gone. Eloth hovers above you, worry etched on his face. Lug-Lug, we've got to get out of here, fast. His eyes dart to the hall. Off to one side, you hear the clinking rustle of chainmail and look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it's too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb! She's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor still. Like a little bitch. So that bonus we were getting that I was all looking for the chick, that didn't matter. That's just a temporary bonus that you get after. Since we've already talked to her once, she'll come back and we will get temporary bonuses from people that we have dealt with in the past. Beyond that, let's go ahead and build our last piece of the stronghold, the Botanical Garden. It's all fucked up. They slaughter in league with the Animances. Shit, they're going at it. Tustakar hit a commoner for 15. Fucked him up good. Got some Animancer boots. +3 reduction of shock and grants jolting touch. Things don't look good in the city. Oh shit, things don't look good in this house either. Lady Webb! She's dead. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of fading essence in your kin. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. From the walls and the streets outside come the sounds of screams and shattering glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door is open. Behind a patient, steady push, into the room walks Thales, the floorboards creaking beneath deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You're concentrating, focusing with all your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vagrant wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
That was my shit!
Pity.
He replaces the brandy bottle
You
on
know
the table.
this is how it has to be.
He draws a long curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With the left hand, he gently pins your sternum as he raises the knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Dale slips the knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffens, and blood wells up around the blade. A pulse of reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife, hand in both of yours, a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you unguarded, and the answer comes. A simple cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you've searched for all your life, but in your own mind, her understanding lies just beyond reach. You look at Thales with the wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time, and drawing your last breath as a black, velvety darkness descends over you. And you gain a bunch of XP.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenbury Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
Travel to Twin Elms, and that's what we want to do. Alright, well here we are at Stormwall Gorge. Unfortunately, as you can see, the fog of war has returned here. I've already came back here since and basically walked over the areas that you see now uncovered. But everything else here is back. The not so bad part about this is that our guys are much more powerful and can handle this without me really needing to slow down anything. And again, as long as it doesn't interfere with the game, I don't give a shit. She's our friend. She was our friend. Now she a dead bitch. We can get down here now, it looks like. We couldn't before because it was all watered in. He arrives at last. Well, well, well. A woman in robes flanked by an armed group savors every word before whispering, "Finally! You should have remained in Defiance Bay." She draws a smile, pale and full, and droops below a recessed chin. "But I'm glad you didn't have better sense. I've looked forward to this since you got in our way." "It's her, the other one." The woman in the group motions with her arquebus toward Pallegina. "Weren't we looking for her, too?" Yes." She squints and looks at Pallegina up and down. "A dark-skinned woman with feathers. Can't be too many of your kind around these parts, can there?" She smiles with a strange geniality. Pallegina ruffles her feathers, and the golden irises of her eyes grow thin, sallow by the blackness of her widening pupils. "And why would you be looking for me, Amika?" "The same reason I'm looking for him." Her eyes twinkle above her placid smile. "You should know, little bird, no one wants to hear songs about conspiracies." Her voice deepens and takes on an edge of menace. "It just makes us want to wring your neck." "Any last words after the effort you've mustered? It'd be a shame to end it quietly." "The more screaming, the better. I built a reputation around that. Do you want to see for yourself?" The complacent smile on the woman's lips vanishes. "You?" She gives a sideways glance to her henchman. "Yes, I've heard." A corpulent man muscled beneath rolls of fat snaps his head in the woman's direction. "I've heard it too. Kills without thinking twice, this one." The jowls under his chin quiver as he spits the words out. "By the flame, let's go!" "Shut up." The command whistles through her clenched teeth. A cowled man cleaning his fingernails with the point of a long stiletto doesn't let the silence last. "I told you he had too big of a mouth, boss." He spreads his fingers apart and gives them a good look. "But if the elves got it right, I'm not here to die for nothing." The woman's shoulders drop. "When take you? At what point did I promise an easy job?" She stares at the ground, her lips hanging down like ripe fruit. "How do you know if you'll spare us if I give up?" "Patient ran out! Time for me to kill, and for you to die!" "Time to end this." We don't want to let these guys go. They could have good shit.
Hey.
Let's get it on, get it on, get it fucking on. Open up with fireballs on your balls. Just like that. Well, they don't think these guys have a fucking chance. This wizard back here isn't gonna do shit.
Lava.
The Faru beyond seek.
he's gonna help us against the swamp spores to the south.
That's not very helpful.
If you say so. Fuck this slime up. Defense mode. Hoppity hop hop, bitch. They charmed the damn slime. I was talking that crazy wand.
This thing is...
Fuck these guys up in their mind control.
Damn the ambassador. I told him there was a conspiracy. Again and again, I was ignored. Then the Duke's death, the riots, and now this. If the Leaden Key is targeting me, we need to warn the ambassador in first fires.
It's all the Leaden Key's fault. Alright, come on, let's get some good stuff here.
What?
That's new. +3 might. Ew. Feared throughout the Eastern Reach, but rarely seen, the gargantuan Magifolk are renowned for their awesome strength and destructive fury. Despite its thickness and weight, this belt is otherwise not especially remarkable in appearance. Its durable leather lined with distinctive snow Stelgar fur likely came from the fearsome mountains of the White March. I'll take a look at that, thank you. Some Leaden Key robes. Yeah. Not gonna quite match up to those. Ooh, some new spells though. We'll take Bewildering Spectacle, Arcane Dampener, and a level 4 spell, Minor Grimoire Imprint. really worried about getting all the spells. This robe kind of sucks. Plus 20% frenzy duration. I think I'd rather have the plus 3 strength on Lug Lug. Plus 3 might, rather. 110 copper versus 610. Yeah. That gets my boy back up to 24 might after all that reduction Mr. Satan made me do. To give that resolve. But hey, he's getting some serious damage. Look at that cruel, clever aggressiveness. Bravo, Lug Lug, bravo. Let's give Lug Lug a hand of applause.
Well,
there's evilness here. Oh shit. Bitch, why are you... Oh, you freak shows. He does not have the D that he thinks he has. He's getting fucked up. Better put these motherfuckers to sleep.
Yes.
Oh, they're just throwing all kinds of shit over here, huh?
What is it?
And then we just throw a malignant cloud on top of your ass.
Yes. I shall.
Give me all your resources. Moss is taking root in the damn stone. This is another way into the ruins here. I don't know that we want to go there quite yet. But we did want to clear this son's a bitch out. The lizard scurries under the rock. Okay.
What is it?
We can get to... Your party is considered high level for the continent Elshul. If you'd like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty to give you more of a challenge. The rewards you receive will be the same regardless of the option you choose. No. I took my time and I kicked the shit out of things and I deserve to be OP, so fuck you. And on that note, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.